Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Hello. Oh, let's get the right button. Hello, y'all. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Bonnie, for liking and commenting and sharing. So I'm just going to look over. Hello, Linda Johnson. Oh, you're decorating your workspace. Love that. Hello, Jackie and Sue and Diane and Lynn. I think, Lynn, you were the first one over on YouTube. Hello, Joanne Hall. Love the little wreaths. Aw, thank you, Loretta. You did get a sneak peek yesterday, right? I'm looking forward to sharing those with y'all. So, oh my goodness. Hello, Virginia Hedges from Texas. Good to see you on. I've missed seeing your name. Hope all is well. So it is Sunday the 23rd of November. Do y'all realize that in a month and 2 days, it's Christmas? And this week in the US is Thanksgiving. So, hello, Pam. My Sunday is going very well. Thank you so much. Hello, Dee. Hi, Sandy and Sharon. Good to see you guys on. Oh my goodness. So, hi, Sue Potts from sunny Oakville, Ontario. What is the temperature there? I started to read someone else's comment and I couldn't think of the word. What's the temp there? Right now it's 78 here in Georgia. So, where I am in Georgia. North Mountains in Georgia might be different, but I am smack dab in the middle of the state and it is 77. Shannon Riley, did I see that it's your birthday? Yesterday, today? If so, happy birthday. Oh my goodness, Bonnie, I love that. You're so very welcome. I hope you enjoyed painting those. All right. Hello, Charlene. Oh my goodness. And I think that Harvey's Believe, maybe Sandy Harvey. Is that you on YouTube? Hello, Dawn. Yes, well, happy birthday, Shannon. Hello, Liz. Good to see you on. So I wasn't here last Sunday because I was at my nephew's wedding. My older sister has 3 boys, just like I do. And her middle son got married. My middle son got married last October. So anyway, it was nice to go up there. My nephew came over from South Carolina and rode with us. It was nice to spend time with him. My oldest and middle son were able to come to the wedding in Memphis, and my youngest unfortunately wasn't able to. So ordering some now, recent snowman. I love it. Oh, you're so welcome, Shannon. All righty. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Oh, the venue was amazing. My parents were there and it was amazing to see them. My mom has like some major things going on medically, and it was just so good to see her and to see how great she looked, and the venue, the bride, the groom. I mean, it was just an amazing weekend. And I loved being there, like I said, with my 2 sons and my nephew and my husband. Took a ton of pictures. If you follow me, you saw. Hello, Madeline. So is it Madeline or Madeline? Let me know, because I don't like to say people's names wrong. 4.5 weeks until Christmas. Hello, Connie. Good to see you here. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. I am I'm kind of trying like to. Whew. Hello, Eileen. It's just crazy that it's almost the end of November. So I turned 58 last Tuesday. Um, and yeah. Hello, Marlene Snyder. I was just in your neck of the woods in Memphis. Well, we were in Cordova, which I hear is not such a safe, great place to be. We were fine. The week after, there was a shooting at the mall. And then the wedding venue, the reception was in Germantown. No, not the reception. The rehearsal dinner was in Germantown. The wedding was in Bartlett, as was the reception. And then they did an after party downtown in Memphis, which we didn't go to because I needed to come home the next day. So, anywho's, hello, Donna Poltz, but I go by many names. Oh my goodness. So is it Madeline or Madeline? Like a line on a paper. So thank you so much, Debbie. Appreciate that. Hello, Patrick. Good to see you on. I could be your mama. Yes, you could. But so I am 20 years younger than my mom. My mom is 78. I'm 58. Yeah. So I feel old. But let me just share Madeline, like a line on a paper. Great to know. Okay. So, and I'm sure you have like Maddie as a nickname and whatever. So, hi, Donna. Don't forget this hashtag, guys. So remember, DecoArt has been eliminated for Hobby Lobby in their paint lineup, and we need to let them know that we're not happy. So if you've not contacted Hobby Lobby, contact them and let them know that you want DecoArt paints in their store. I don't want their brand. I want DecoArt brand because it's something I know, that I love, that I use, and that I share. So Mom is 78 too. I love that, Patrick. Are we the same age? Maybe. I got married when I was 22 and I had all my kids from 25 to 28. They're 3 years apart. I'm the same age with your mom. Oh, I love it. Hello, Mary. Hi, Ronnie. In my family, there is 20 years between the oldest and the youngest. Oh my gosh. Bless your mother. Yes. Oh, I didn't know that, Loretta. Yeah. And my mom's mom was, I think, 20 years older than her. So my grandmother, who passed during the pandemic. Yeah. So have told the staff and also emailed them. Well, wonderful. 55. Oh my gosh, I'm older than you. I have called, emailed, etc. Yes, I hope it makes a difference. We'll see. But anyway, enough about that. I was just reading that. Let's see. And there was 9 of us. Oh my gosh, Sue. 9. I told them I will continue buying DecoArt. So if they don't carry it, I'll go somewhere else and go order online, right? I don't carry it, but as you know, Chris Hoy at cdwood.com, Pinecraft are distributors for those paints. I carry the media line, so if you're looking for the media line, you can come here. It was a paint that was not picked up by them. It was picked up by Joann's, and you know, Joann's is no longer available, so. Well, I don't know about that, Patrick, Mr. Handsome. But yes, I have been told that I don't look like I'm 58. Although, let me just tell you, my hips, my knees, my back, all feel like I'm 58. So, my Hobby Lobby is almost out of, and they restocked. Well, so let me just tell you, they do have inventory. So, your Hobby Lobby still might have quite a bit of paint in the inventory that is in the warehouse. So, and oh, thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie, will you put their link in the comments So over on Facebook, Ronnie just said that Pinecraft has their Deco Art sale right now at 25% off, which is fantastic. Um, they're I mean, just a great family-owned business that I can't say enough about. Love them, adore them. And what he does when things are discontinued is he'll buy a lot of that color, if not all of it, and then he's able to bring that to shows. So, and we're going to get on to shows in just a minute. So, I could be your grandmother. Oh my goodness, Diane, you look so great to be. Oh my gosh, I never would have guessed that. Yeah. Oh, I know. I hated to see that Kathy McAllister's live was the same time as mine. I love that piece that she's doing. I told her my friends and I were not happy. Yeah. I'll just be honest with you guys. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. But if we continue to let them know how disappointed we are, instead of just kind of a one and done complaint or email or call, that we have to continue to do it, because I think that we are strong and mighty in this industry. And while I want Pinecraft and Chris Hoy and those distributors to also succeed, if I'm going to Hobby Lobby, I'm going because I need a paint color. And guess what? I'm going to shop my way through the store like I used to do when I taught there. And I would take my students on a field trip and we'd walk around and see the surfaces and the paints. And we would even go to fabric or scrapbooking or whatever to see the trends. And so they're going to miss out. And if they do, they do. We'll just shop elsewhere, right? I'm the old lady. Shannon, you do not look 63, let alone 60. So, anyway. Oh my goodness. So, hello, Chris Avola. It makes me sad too. So, the anniversary paints right now are only available at decoart.com. Okay. Now, in the description, I put a one-time 20% discount code. If you order $49 or more from decoart.com, there's a link in my profile there on the description for this video lesson that you can click on and save. Again, $49, it's free shipping, which, hello, paint is expensive. Go in with your friends, ask them if they want to order, make them prepay you so that you're not stuck with something you don't want. But, anywho, okay, Beverly Sasilski, there's no way that you're 75. No way. No way. It really is only a number, right? I went to spend my $15 reward and spent $100, right? I mean, we do it. So, anyway. The anniversary paints. So let me say, I will just tell you guys, I shared with y'all last time on the live. Paint colors, just like trends, come and go. Unfortunately, when we get hooked on a color, sometimes it goes away because it might not be a good seller, like dioxazine purple. I know I shared this with you guys and what I shared with DecoArt, as you know, I'm a consultant for them and I'm brutally honest. And, but I will just say the After Dark is my new favorite purple. It is just like what I would expect dioxazine purple to be. It is rich and saturated and highly pigmented. And yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. So I will be using that. Hello, Donna Baker. Right, Loretta, I'm the same way. Sometimes I do feel a little younger, but again, when I get out of bed or move. Sometimes I feel I feel like I'm 80 versus 58. So, anyways, anybody know why our names appear differently from, let's say, 2 weeks ago? I don't know. I noticed that too, Patrick, with a couple people, that the names seem different. So they're always changing things on these platforms. I know on YouTube they have the little, it says top fans, and so it'll have like a little crown, not a crayon, but a crown. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, it is 4:15. Let me just say real quick, if this is your first time joining, welcome. I am Sandy McTeer. You are in my studio with me virtually. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got to stop reading. And I am smack dab in the middle of the state of Georgia. Let me know where you're viewing from, especially if this is your first time. We are going to paint up and have some fun with some of these wreaths. So a couple weeks ago, I did the snowman right there and did a live. And so when you're creating random act of kindness pins for, just to give away at your grocery store or to your postwoman or man, or just to wear, give out to friends, hide in a park, whatever, leave on a shelf in a store. There is a Facebook group that Tracy Morrow started many years ago. And if you just looked up Random Act of Kindness group or RAK, it will pop up. And there's like a little card that you could put these on. I'm going to show you a really cool thing that I'm going to do with these this year. So, hello, Virginia. Oh, you visiting family in Georgia? Hello, Tina. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you, Tina from Maine. I went to Maine last month and absolutely fell in love with the state of Maine. Maine is beautiful. Loved. So let's come over here and just see if I missed something. So after wait till you hit 70. I know. My husband's planning a big trip for me for my 60th, and I'm super excited about it. We've already booked it, but I think it's 13 different cities or country, 13 different cities, I think. And we'll start in Barcelona and end over Greece, Turkey, that kind of way. But anyway, I just can't even think about that right now because I leave on Thanksgiving Day to go to Mexico. So I'm going back to visit my brother-in-law. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that my brother-in-law has moved from different place to different place. Right now, he's currently in San Miguel Allende, Mexico. It's a very artsy city. We're going to Mexico City. We're going to do a lot of different things. And I can't wait. I'm going to bring you guys along with me, okay? So, you're 60. Yeah. So, again, 58. I'm feeling some of these 58-year-old bones, but for the most part, healthy and loving life and just happy to be here. So, alrighty, guys, let's get started. So let me I got so much happy mail. Some of it's behind me. Got this beautiful peacock from Kathy McAllister. The Stanley Hello Cup from my post lady, who I just love and adore, Amanda. My husband brought it home because he does the mail run for me. Some beautiful handmade cards. I went to the mistletoe market here in Perry, Georgia 2 days ago. I have not posted, but I will either later tonight or tomorrow and post what I bought from her. Just love every year going to see Chris Williams at Mistletoe Market, a show I used to do many years ago. But anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to come right down here and show you some of the pins that I did. and the different ways that I painted them. So when I did this a couple weeks ago, I shared with you guys. Oh, I got to do Happy Mail giveaways, don't I? Okay, so I did a snowman, a little one, and so it comes in a set of 6. You can paint them up however you want. I love this space right here. I almost started to put something, but like a snowflake. But what I think is you could write the name, you could personalize them, make them, fit to whatever you're going to do. All right. Okay. Let's go to Happy Mail. Now, Happy Mail is extra special because it is my birthday month. So the first Happy Mail is going to Lisa Jackson. All right, so Happy Mail number 1. All you have to do to enter Happy Mail is to like, comment, share on this post, on this live. And the second is Leticia. And the third, Kelly King. Kelly King. Alrighty, so you ladies go to my website and message me, let me know your mailing address, and I will get those shipped off to you. Okay? Now, let me just go ahead and say that I snapped that fingernail back earlier today. It hurts like the dickens. Hello, Jean. So happy that you're here. Where are you viewing from? Where are you located? I know, Ronnie, I saw that. I love that. I love Mexico. I'm going again to where I went last time. And my brother-in-law has found, I call him my brother-in-law because he's my husband's oldest brother. He's not married, doesn't have a family, doesn't have a partner. And so I am going to go because at the end of the year, he's going somewhere else. Anywho's, so I did one that I shared with you guys when I did the snowman, and I was going to, hi Kari, I was going Cleveland, Ohio. I love Cleveland. I love Ohio, and I miss going there every year to go to the Hoot Convention. But what I want you to think about, so I did this one, and I was like, it's just kind of I'll show you how I did the background and stuff, but I love the little cutout. So I am a product of the 60s. So in the 80s, we would wear scarves and, have like a little jewelry piece that the scarf could fit through. I think this would be perfect for that. But it also would be pretty to wrap around. It's just got ribbon woven through it. So, on a wine bottle or a gift bag or on a present. So I'm going to show you a few ways that you can paint these. All right. And then also this week, I always love to do a little something extra special when I send packages out, which I'll do with stencils and things like that. And one of my favorite things to add to ornaments is the year. And so when I would do like the mistletoe market, we would add to the round ornaments a little year ornament, and you just kind of loop it on the same, S ring or whatever ring you have or ribbon for your ornaments. And we would put the year. A lot of times we would put the year, and then sometimes it would be some, like if someone wanted an initial. But anyway, it's a great little addition. And so these, I'm going to send one in every order that goes out. Speaking of orders, again, I leave on Thursday. If you order before noon on Tuesday, your order will get to you. If not, I'm in Mexico for 10 days. So my husband is here, but he is not up to date on how I ship things. So they will have to wait till I get back. Okay. All right, let's start. So the wreaths come like this. It's MDF laser cut. And the first thing I do is paint the top of it, and the sides and the back, because I never know if I'm going to add a little water or a little watered down paint, and I want it to be sealed so that the grain doesn't come up. Okay. So you can either mix this with your base coat. I prefer personally just to base coat it and then I'll add the color, okay, which I did on these. I did all of these with warm white, and I just wanted to show you a couple different ways that you could paint them up. So we're going to move these out of the way, and I will start, I think I'm going to start with one that has a patterned ribbon, okay? So let me just zoom in right here. There we go. Aw, thank you, Kari. Yeah, I love, so we would do like the little, if you get those little tiny ornament balls and you could put the year on it and wrap it around, loop it around the hook. It's nice to have that on there. So, all right, let's come in. If I want to do the ribbon, so like on this one, the ribbon I did first because, and let me just zoom in a little more. Okay. So if I wanted to do this ribbon, again, it's been base coated with this and warm white. Do I have that here? I have titanium white. Do I have warm white? Nope. I grabbed 2 titanium whites, but, oh, right there. Hello. I did warm white. And I do want to show you, before I go any further, I just unearthed the one thing that I was so excited to show you that I forgot to show you while I was looking at you guys. Okay, so next year, and feel free to put it in the comments, Loretta, Ronnie, y'all are on the committee, but the annual, what is it called? It's the expo, the APC Annual Painting Expo next year in Alabama. Super excited that I'm teaching there 2 classes. Painting World Magazine and Cole are putting it on. She owns Painting World Magazine and is putting this expo on. Thank you, Loretta. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chris, for putting that link. Okay, so I am extremely honored to be teaching this special event. It is Christmas, what is it? Something holidays in the South. I'm going to get it wrong. I so should have looked this up before I got on. But, and being and living in the South, magnolias are a big thing. So another thing that I've done lately with my membership group is we have done some stained glass effect pieces. So yesterday, oh, got some lovely hair behind there. We did a stained glass sunflower piece, and let's put that back up there. For the expo, I created and designed this magnolia stained glass effect. It has a frame that's over the panel. And then these are dimensional. Thank you, Ronnie Marks. But it gives you kind of that stained glass effect look, all with paint, all with Deco Art paint, okay? So this is a special event opening the APC Expo next June in Trussville, Alabama. People are putting the link, Sweet Home Christmas. Home Sweet Christmas, yes, is the theme. Thank you, thank you. So I love this piece. It is, again, the special event. There's going to be a boxed dinner, which sounds delicious. And yeah, so Trussville, Alabama, they have, I think they've listed the hotel information. I'm not sure. I know that Loretta and Ronnie could probably answer that for me. But anyway, your feature class design is incredible. And I think I saw that you're going to be there teaching, right, Donna, if I'm not mistaken? So anyway, Regular registration starts on December 1st. So again, thank you, Ronnie and Loretta, for putting those in the comments. I should have done a little bit more homework. Not the dinner. No, the dinner is not a box dinner. It's a sit-down gala event. For my class, it is. Okay, that's great. Yes, hotel is listed. Feel free to put that link in the comments so that people can see it. I can't wait for the stained glass piece. I was decorating the house and watching yesterday. Aw, thank you, Faye. It was so good to see you yesterday. Okay, guys. Right now, VIP registration is open. Can you put a link for that on Facebook and YouTube? Anyway, y'all, it's June, which I know is a little bit tough for some people. It's right smack dab in the middle of vacation season when kids get out of school, although kids in Georgia get out in May. But that's what I thought, Ronnie. Thank you. It does include a boxed dinner, lunch, whatever. So what's a boxed dinner, Patrick? So instead of it being a buffet where you walk through the line and get your food, it's all going to come in a nice little box. So anywho's, okay, so I do know over on Facebook, they're putting the links. Hopefully they'll do so over on YouTube as well. So anyway, but you can register. December 1st is, I guess, when most of it comes available, and then now is VIP. So if you sign up early to be a VIP person, you have some special perks, okay? And I'll just let you look those up on the website and the links that are being shared. Yeah, a box dinner is so you don't have to bring snacks or whatever to to class. So I greatly appreciate. Thank you, Chris. She put that. There's a Facebook group for the expo. It's gonna be amazing. I am again so excited. I love the piece that I'm doing, and everyone that takes that special event class is going to get lots of extras. So great way to open the show. Okay, let's start with this one because I wanted to do a patterned bow. And the first one I did was this one. And I did the bow first. And that's the smartest thing. If you don't want it just a solid color, I did one in purple, green that's outlined, silver metallic. All right. So if you want to do the bow first, what you want to do is, and I'm just going to do it white in the background, and then I will add probably this little knit pattern. All right. So this is in one of the M Square minis. So Tracy Morrow and I have M Square, which is Moreau McTier. And in the minis, you have this little knit print. And so I need a stencil brush. I'm going to use that 3/8 stencil. And let's pick that up and move that out of the way. Special event. Will be special event only. No other classes will be taught. Yes. So I love that because that's the way it's always been at many conventions, and then some where you've had to compete with classes. So I like that they're doing just the one. All right, I'm going to do, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to paint it first, and then I'll show you. So I think I'm going to paint it with juniper. And this is the new anniversary color. Love it. It is such a pretty green, a green that is not in the line. I'm going to I have a number 8 flat, and I'm just going to pick up some of that paint and paint it on. It's a great green for your wreath as well. gorgeous. It doesn't matter if I go outside the lines because I will come back and do my wreath color darker. It will take away all those lines. All right, so. Oh, I love that, Donna. Well, Patrick, we're just going to have to FaceTime you while we're there, right? So, this is the new, one of the new colors. It's called Juniper. It kind of reminds me a little bit of bluegrass green, but not on as much on the blue side as bluegrass green. But it is a really nice opaque green. Use whatever green, whatever color you want for your bows. Let's just dry this. Move some of those. And I was just going to do one booth at the expo, but now I have two, so I'm excited about that as well. Okay, so we have that juniper, and then I am going to use some snow titanium white. We'll put a little bit of that on our palette. And my 3/8 Stencil Pro is dry. All right, I'm using this dry. I'm going to pick up some white paint, swirl it in, wipe a lot of it off on my paper towel. And I'm going to come here and just line it up so that I can see the bow. And I'm just going to stencil. Okay, how cool is that? All right, now because I can still see the lines, the scored lines on here, I can come in here and shade, which I'm going to do now. And for that, you can use a darker green or some Payne's Gray, which is my go-to. Let's just dry that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Media Line Payne's Gray. I tell you guys, if you don't have any other color in this line, you've got to get the Payne's Gray. It is just beautiful. Okay, and then let's do an angle brush. So I'm going to go with a 1/4 inch angle. And I'm going to pick up on the toe of my brush only. So if you're not familiar with an angle brush, we have a toe and a heel. Think of it like if you stub your toe, it's your big toe usually that sticks out. And so that is the toe and that is the heel. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the juniper and work it in. Tiny touch of Payne's Gray. Go back to the juniper. Back to the Payne's Gray. Work it in. And then, if I can see this, I am going to have to lift it up because I can't see it, the scored lines. So we're going to go right around there. Get those floated in. And right around here. Those floated in. We're going to go up underneath the bows. We're going to go down the center. This one is over this one. Okay. And then in here we have, let's pick up a little bit more of that juniper, and I should not have gone right in the center of it, but we'll go up underneath here, around the center. Okay, and then when we outline it, you'll be able to see where everything separates. So we're going to do that, and I would recommend doing it with the Posca pen. I have the white Posca pens. I also have the black Posca pen, same size, on my website. But what I like about doing this first is that it doesn't matter, like here, it doesn't matter that that went outside the line, right? So I can come in here, let's just make sure that's working. remember, DecoArt has the new product called Marker Maker. So if you want to make your perfect DecoArt Americana color, you can mix with any acrylic paint, your favorite Americana color, and create your own marker. Okay. So we're just going to outline this. I'll outline that. Okay, and then again, just down the line. Down the line. Much easier to do with a pen than with a liner brush. So highly recommend. Love the Poscas, but again, if you want to make a custom color using your Americana colors, you can do so with the Marker Maker. Okay, so I should make a marker color for, yeah, skin tone. That'd be awesome. Now I can just pick up. Hi, Pam. Thank you. Nanette, look on Amazon. They don't have them on DecoArt just yet. So I do, Faye. I have them on my website. Okay, so now what I can do is if I want to just take this color and the Payne's Gray, and I'll probably pick up a little bit more Payne's Gray and just paint that over the wreath section. See how that makes, it's almost like a black green. All right. Okay, so there again, you have your bow done, and then it's just a matter of, you know, painting it up the way that you want it. All right, so you can do the bow first, you can do the bow second. I'm going to do another one now and show you the bow second, but I want to do the base of it very dark. So instead of using that juniper, which is not a dark enough green for me, I'm going to use some plantation pine. Okay, this is probably my #1 go-to dark green combination, which is plantation pine and Payne's Gray. So I'm just going to use that stencil brush that I used earlier, pick up both, and I'm just going to tap it on. Okay, that'll give you a little bit of texture. I am being careful about where the bow is, but if I go over it, not the end of the world. It is paint. And I can always put some white over it, right? But I am going to just tap that on, put that to the side, mix a little bit of that on my brush, because right above the bow, there's like this little sliver, and it is also part of the wreath, okay? So it is greenery. And then our little tuck in here, little tuck in there. You've got these little triangles. All right. So let's go ahead and do a second one that way. And this time I'm going to pick up more Payne's Gray for another technique to show you. But you could use anything. I mean, if you get something from the Dollar Tree that looks like a wreath, or you have these that, I mean, many of y'all ordered them when you ordered the snowmen. And what's cool is you can customize it to, you know, change the bow color for someone. If someone likes glitter, which we're going to do, I'm going to show you this one with that glitter on it, which is just absolutely amazing. And again, don't worry if you get it on the bow. We're going to come back in right up there. There's a little sliver right above the bow that has the wreath color. Okay, so let's move that one to the side. And then I'm just going to tap a little bit more from that brush right there. And let's dry it. Hello, Janice. Okay. All right, so I love these two right here. I'm going to show you the first one. We're going to do this one. And I just took a small brush, like a number 4 flat or a number 2. Let me see what that one is. That's a 4. Let me see if I have a number 2. Nope, that's a number 4 as well. Okay, we're going to use the number 4. And on my palette, I'm going to get out some sour apple. Beautiful green color. And we have our white, so I think we will stick with that. So on the entire brush, I got it wet, dried it off. I'm going to pick up some green gold. Excuse me, green gold. Hello. I just looked at green gold and said green gold. This is sour apple. Hello. I do that. Do y'all do that? It's something since COVID that I've done. Okay, sour apple on the whole brush. I'm going to pick up some white on one corner only and work it in. Okay, now let me do this on a card. Let's see if I have, maybe that one will work because it's brown. But the white corner of the brush is going to be up. I'm going to sit on the corner with the green and I'm going to do a comma. So think of it like you're writing a comma, all right? So we're going to come here, pick up a little more green on that corner, and I'm going to pull, pull, and I'm just doing little strokes. All right, so sour apple, a little bit of white, and then we'll come around this way. And again, just like you would write a comma, okay? Now, writing a comma and typing a comma are two different things. You're going to get that little ball at the end, and that's that push right there. And then slide and get a much thinner finish. Need a little more green. Okay, so that's one way that you can do your wreath. And then I just came in with one of my favorite reds, which is in the media line, Pyrrole Red. I think there's somewhere that it'll say P-roll, but I'm not calling it that. It's Pyrrole Red. So you can do it on the little dots that are there, that are scored. And I'm just dipping the end of my paintbrush right into it. Oops, got some on the bow there. Okay, so we've got that on there, and then you always just want to make sure you wipe that off the handle. But then I also have just some white dots, so I might just come in randomly, let the red dry, and then you can come in and put a little white highlight on the red. Okay, so let me just pop in some of this little white dots. Okay, so that's that one. And this one I used the mini, I think it's M238 mini that's in the M Square mini that are on my website. One, two, or three. It's not in three. It's either in one or two, and I'm thinking one. So that's what I did, just like I showed you a minute ago with the knit one. I did white, and then I just came and put that on top and did that with Payne's Gray. Okay, so fun little easy, again, if you just keep it light. My number one recommendation is going to be to use less paint. So let's find another color, because, oh, it's right there. It's like I don't know where the other one went. So when you load that paint and work it in, gently swipe it across a paper towel just to get rid of the excess. Okay, and then when you go to do that stroke, it's push, pull, slide, lift. Push, pull, slide, lift. The faster you do it, the better it's going to look. When you go push, pull, slide, and lift, first off, that's going to take you forever. The other thing is it will look so much better when you just paint it quick. Okay, so that's just a bunch of little comma strokes. Fun little wreath, right? Okay, now let's go to this one. Kind of the same deal, but we have this one right here, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that dark color because I want it to be nice and dark. One of the number one things in painting is you have to have light to see dark, and you have to have dark to see light. Okay, I'm not going to do the bow on here. I just did it purple, painted it, and we might have time for that, but I just painted it with a little watered down purple iris, and then I came back and I floated some purple on it to make it darker. So let's just get that going. Yes, absolutely. I so totally agree. Janie, like that. Just putting a ribbon on it, looping it through, wrap it around the present. And, you could put a little pin back along the top or a magnet. Okay. Now with this one, I'm going to get out a little bit of citron green. Is what I used on this one. You could use sour apple, but again, just switching it up with the greenery. And that same brush, number 4 flat, number 2 or number 4 is going to be key. I saw both of them because I love to do my cast shadows and small details with a 4 or a 2. Okay, so what we want to do first is I'm going to load one corner with the citron green and titanium white, okay? And the other corner I'm going to load with plantation pine. So it's a very small brush. So when you're loading it, you don't want to just dunk it. You just want to kiss the color. And then again, citron and white, swipe it. I'm going to swipe it across my paper towel just to get rid of the excess. All right, and I still might just come right back here to my runway and pick up some of that color. So we're going to do just little swipes in random directions to give our wreath a really pretty leafy look. Again, have citron green and white on one corner, plantation pine on the other. And I'm going to just come that way, and then we will turn it around and again do white, citron green, and plantation pine. Oh, I do want to start right back down here, and I just worked my way up. So you'll notice there are some that are a little whiter, a little brighter. So what I'll do is I'll come back in with a little white, swipe it through that runway. But what I want you to notice is look at the dark spaces in between. It's the dark spaces in between that help this have a little dimension and not be so flat. Okay, so you've got to keep that dark in between the sections. And then all I did on that one was I came back and just did little red dots, just like I did before with the handle of my paintbrush. And you can do it on the dots that are scored. However, I added additional dots here and there, some coming right off the edge. And when you do that, just have your paintbrush half on and half off the edge. Okay, and then you can just get a half little berry look there. Okay. All right, let me come in with, I'm going to come in with that After Dark, which is that new anniversary color purple. I used purple iris on it because I didn't have this purple beforehand. So same brush, number 4 flat. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that purple and work it in. Okay. And then I'm going to come right in. Now, I do have a couple of places that I see that have some green that came over. However, it's on the edge. And so the edge is going to be white, and I will do that with a pen, my Posca pen. Okay, we're just going to put a little purple. Let's get a little more water. We've got more pigment over on that side. But anytime you dot something like this, let that be the last thing for that reason, because you're going to get into it and it's going to, yeah, just like that, make a little bit of a mess. Okay, let's just dry that with the heat tool. Zoom in just a wee bit. So I do love that purple iris. But with that, you can come back with the 1/4 inch angle brush, and I could float the color up underneath, which I did there with the purple iris. At the base of those bows, the base of that bow. And then right down that center to separate those two. But again, where the magic kind of comes in is when you take that Posca pen, or you can use a liner if you don't have a Posca, is to then outline the bow. Okay, so see how that starts to come together to give you a look like this. And what I just added little accent lines on the bow. Okay, and then my red dots probably are not dry enough, but we'll see. I just came back in with my pen and added a little highlight dot like that. Okay, so again, coming back and floating some of that dark green base color where the bow meets, just to have a little bit of green above that. Again, it's just going to make it look like the bow sits on top of the wreath. A little bit of shading and floating under here. But again, those little highlights on that bow I think are so sweet. Okay. Now, this one I love. And I did it similar to that little stroke, but this time I did it so that the stroke would come in towards that already scored dot. Okay, so on this one I'm going to use, I've got sour apple, a little bit of lush green is what I used on that one. So a little lush green on the corner of that number 4 flat, all right? And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of white. So lush green and white, okay? And, oh, nope, can't do that. Because to begin with, I have to come in with some lush green and a little bit of Payne's gray. Hello, don't know what I was thinking. But you have to have that dark to see the light. Remember, lush green and Payne's gray or black if you don't have Payne's gray. Soft black is actually better. It's not as harsh as lamp black. So if you don't have Payne's gray, I would recommend soft black. And if you don't have soft black, then lamp black will do. Okay, so let's dry this. Better on your laptop. Well, that's great. Oh, thank you, Lillian. Hi, Judy Thacker. So next month, I'm going back to DecoArt, the first time since the pandemic, which is super exciting. I wanted to pick up some of that lush green and Payne's gray and just tap it in. Oops, hello, right on the bow. So just let me know. Is there something that you would love for me to find out, to ask? If you have a suggestion, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I will take it to them. I've gotten a lot of messages lately about the anniversary colors, about make it thick, which the message I got yesterday, I loved. She was like, thanks so much for introducing that make it thick to me because it is a game changer. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, make it thick. I don't think I have a picture of that one here. Anyway, it is. No, I don't. I do right here for the marker maker where you can mix that with your color, but I don't have the make it thick, unfortunately. Anyway, it will just make your paint a little bit thicker, a little more like impasto. Okay. Since we did that with a little stipple brush, we'll come right in there. All right. So this one I did a little different than the one before where I just did like the little comma strokes. This one I wanted to do, so plantation pine on one corner, and on the other corner I have citron green and a touch of white. Okay, a little touch of white. And go back to your runway before you go back and get more paint. Okay, you can see my runway right there on my palette. All right, and so I was thinking that instead of drawing or painting holly leaves, if you just did little swipes in clusters of 3 or 4, almost like you would do for a hydrangea. So I'm just doing little clusters. So let me come here and I'll show you. So there's a dot right there. I'm going to do a little cluster of 3 or 4, and then a little errant one on its own, plantation pine on one corner, citrine green and white on the other, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, or just 1. Okay, so that's just going to give you a different look. That's going to give you a little dabbed look. Now what I did, let me just come back and pick up a little bit more of that white right there. So I came back with white on that corner. The brush is dirty, just to highlight it a little bit more. And then when that dried, I came back, and I'll show you once I dry it, but I came back with some of the thermal green. If you guys are not using the neons, let me just say, hello. Game changer, color changer, amazing product. I only carry what I love, and I can't carry all of it, of course, but I do carry the neons because I love them, and I love the way they can change a piece. Okay, so look at the difference between that and that, right? I mean, this is so much brighter. So I will come in with some cobalt teal hue as my dots, but before I do that, I want to come in with that thermal neon and add that. So Jean, that is something that, yes, that when I go up there, I will be talking about. They're very, very big on education and where they need to go with education. They know that they have been lacking in that area, and I am excited to say that it looks like they're going to start picking up on that a little more. Okay, so I have the thermal green on my brush, and I'm just going to hit here and there. So this is what I did on this one, was I just kind of hit it here and there, and when it hit that white, oh, it was like just a massive game changer. It adds so much color with just a little swipe. Okay, and then the polka dot I did was with cobalt teal hue. If you don't have that color, you could do like Bahama blue. But this is one of my absolute favorite colors in this line, and we want to use the end, and it doesn't really matter where you put it. Remember, if you want yours to be a little bigger, just circle around the wooden handle of your brush, and you'll get that bigger ornament or dot. I can barely see them. Okay, now on this one, I used on the bow, I just did probably my favorite metallics. I love the extreme sheen, but I will say for pigment load, the media line silver and gold are my absolute favorite, especially during the holidays and painting holiday things. So I used the silver on that bow, and let me just kind of turn it so you can see that shimmer, and then just came back with a little Payne's gray to float in between. All right, but just so simple. And that's the thing, is when you're giving these, you know, as a random act of kindness gift, you don't want to spend 10 hours painting it. But this coverage, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it because I want to show you. I probably won't shade it, but this covers so beautifully, this metallic. And again, it is in the media line. I carry it. I love it. I use it. It's my go-to. Remember that dark green down there? Guess what? It's gone. That's how well it covers. So if you're looking for like a true silver and a true gold, the media line is going to do that for you. And it's going to give you a really pretty shimmer and shine. Okay. Now, when that dried, I came back and I added a tiny touch of white. Excuse me, a tiny touch of silver as like a little topper on that ornament or something, just to add a little metallic to that wreath. All right, so that's that one. The other, which I love, let me go back to, let's just go to this one right here, because we've got that bow that I did originally in the beginning. And now we have the background, and I do like a dark enough background that it's going to show off what I'm using, right? So in the Love Color line, let me just show you. So there is Pink is My Passion, Sunny Days, Mermaid Dreams, and Party at My House. Okay. So let me just zoom out just a wee bit so that you can see that. Okay, so again, we've got Party at My House, which has all those different neon glitters. This one is Mermaid Dreams, and that's what I used on this ornament right here. Okay, and then remember, let's see if we can get it dark in the palm of my hand. Do you see that when it lights up at night after it's kind of regenerated with light under a black light? You're going to get that. So that's going to look super pretty. And then there is Pink is My Passion and Sunny Days. So let's just take out a little bit of this because I want to show you how I picked up the little sections of that, especially the green. So on here, on this one, I did that teal color in the background. So the blue confetti glitter that's in here, you get some of that as well. Oh God, that's just so pretty. So I just took my number 4 flat and scooped it up and patted it on. Okay, now I could be a little strategic with where I wanted those bigger green hexagons to go. Like if I wanted it to stick out more there, I could pick it up and lay it there. All right, but as you're patting this on, it is going to already have a built-in finish, so you don't have to finish that. I could put some sealer on my entire pen. You don't need to do so necessarily on the glitter as it has a built-in sealer, but just to kind of push those green hexagons around, I used my brush to separate them, to put them where I wanted them, especially if they were clumped like that, or you can just brush it on and be random. But I did want to be a little more strategic with where those were going. But it would be pretty on the bow. It would be pretty on the wreath as it is. I mean, that's just, it's a little understated on the colors, but oh my gosh, when you go in and you add that light, or it's night and it's neon and glittery, hello, right? I can't get enough glitter. Okay, So this one is a little bit more self-explanatory. I'm not going to do this one. I just want to show you if you're into dotting, you can dot. I will say on this one, the one thing I wish I had done was come in with a little bit of white back here because that's not part of the bow. That's part of the wreath, okay? And then this one, I also went around it with my Deco Foil pen, or which one do I have? Deco Color Premium Prime pen. And I just went around the edge, on the inside, around the bow, and just added little polka dots to it. But if you're into dotting, this is a great surface to do, you know, a bunch of different dots. You can make them look like ornaments or just dots, right? So this one, let me show you what I did on that one. I think I'm going to use that one there. And for the background, I'm just going to take that same stencil brush. It has dark in it, but I'm just going to pick up some sour apple. Okay, we're just going to dot it out. Don't worry about the bow. All right, so we've got that little stippled, hello, Beverly. Look, it is glow in the dark. Yes, absolutely, Patrick, because, you know, when you put it on and it stays, it doesn't have to stay there. I can move it. I am in control of that brush and that glitter, right? All right, so I am going to switch now to this little sponge dauber. These are fantastic for putting on color. So this has the green apple, and I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of citron with that green just to kind of lighten it up a bit. Don't worry about the bow. Remember, you can always come back and put white paint on that bow to brighten it up. But we're just going to put that there, and then let's dry it. All right. And on this one, I did that pyrrole red. Let's find that. The pyrrole red. And again, if you kind of shake it up and then take it off so that you can just use the paint in the lid, that's what I did. And I came around and added the little dots for where it's scored. And then you can add additional. So I almost left the little scored dots off. However, when you paint over it like this, you don't even see the scored dots that are on there, or this one, or even this one. You know, you can't really see where those scored dots are. So don't worry, because they're not real deep. It's not engraved, it's just scored lightly. But I could come in and maybe put another one there, and a half one maybe there and there. So again, I'm taking that brush half off the surface and half on just to get more of the space covered. Okay, now let me just zoom back in because I had zoomed out earlier. All right, so on this one, I would come in with a stylus, okay? So something that has maybe two different ends. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's a little smaller. But again, to come in and do, if you're a dotter, you'll get this, but maybe a dot on each side and top. I absolutely love this art form, but it is not for me, only because that right there drives me crazy. Having to go back in and get it. But if you don't follow Lydia May or Cindy Moore, they just do amazing, beautiful dot art, you're missing out. So I will just do like 4 around, 1, 2, think of it like a clock, maybe 12, 6, 9, and 3. All right, so we're just going to dot, 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 dot. And if you get these little blanks and paint them up in a different way, I would love to see that. Please share it with me, either on my Facebook page or on Messenger or through my website. Okay, so we just got those little dots, right? Festive, fun, cool. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe the patience thing. Okay, I'm going to come in with some titanium white. And again, same thing. Just take that. I shook it up so there's paint in the lid. And then I can come in with that white. And on the other side, do a smaller dot because it's got a smaller little tip. Come in and add that in between. In between those dots and bigger dots. And remember, I think this is something that has stuck with me the first time I saw it, which was decades ago. But, you know, to dot, and then as you continue to dot, you know, it gets smaller, right? I mean, that blew my mind the first time I saw it. So if you don't want that first dot to be big, you've got to pick up the paint and dot it 1 or 2 times before you come in to get the size dot that you want. Lots of different ways, but again, fast, quick, easy paints. Again, not that you want to rush through it, but if you're giving away something, again, as a random act of kindness, and you want to paint a bunch, you don't want it to take, you know, 2 hours to do one thing. So again, absolutely love that. Now, let me show you what I did on this bow. I think I'm going to show you on this one, even though it might not match, only because it's dry, is to take that brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of lush green and paint the bow. Green, red would have been fine too, but lush green is different from the background, which has that dark plantation pine and Payne's gray. And because I sealed it, I can put water in that brush and move it around, and it's not going to warp or lift that grain. Okay, so let's dry this. Hello, Mona. Now, what I did on this one was I came in with my Posca pen, which I will do again. Let me just make sure I have one that's working. And before we do that, let me come in with a little bit of Payne's Gray and a touch of Lush Green on the toe of my angle brush. So right there on the toe only. I want to put in a little bit of shading between the parts. Okay. So I'll put it underneath. I find it easier to do this part now, and then if I get the white into it, I can always come back because I know exactly where my floating is. I'll do it right down that part. And then also underneath the left of that oval. So again, just kind of imagining that maybe if your light is coming from 2 o'clock, it makes sense. Yes, totally, Judy, right? The glitter acts like the lights. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love. Again, let me just kind of put my hand to block it a little. And you get that, you know, in a bow, a certain color, similar color with that blue. Oh, just love it. And I did this a couple of years ago. So that's the sunny days. And that's the Pink is My Passion, Party at My House, and Mermaid Dreams. Okay, so there's 4 different neon confetti glitters. All right, now we will come in with that pen. Oops, is it working? Again, if you don't have a white Posca, you can always use your liner brush. Just going to take you a little bit longer. I keep sticking my hand right into the neon confetti glitter. So let's just move that out of the way. Okay, maybe that's not dry enough, or my pen is running out, but I think that's probably it, is my pen is running out. So let's grab another, because I only have like 20 sitting right here. The great thing about the Posca pen, again, it is an acrylic paint. If you use a gel marker or the white Uniball Signo, those are not permanent, and you have to seal them before you like brush a varnish over it. All right, so that's why I love the Posca. It is going to cover beautifully. And it will go over paint, it will take paint. So when we do this next part, which I love, so that's in white. Again, I have it in that shade, white and black. I don't even know where my black one is, but let's dry this real quick because it's paint. It will move. And then let's put on some, I'm just going to grab this angle brush because it's right here, some of the neon, the thermal green neons. Okay, I like metallic, but I also love color. And this one, oh, look at the difference just on that side, right? So I can go over the white marker and it's going to give me a neon green outline, almost like an organza ribbon. Okay, so I did half, not the other half. And what a big difference, right? And then again, my floated Payne's Gray is staying. I've got some depth there, but I also have some brightness now. Now, if you wanted to, you could come back in and outline that with white, which I did there and added a little accent. But again, after I did that, I still came back. Let me zoom out. I still came back and put some of that thermal green over it. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Again, we have our confetti glitter, mermaid dreams there. Our little comma stroke with the green ribbon, but then this one I did with the black and white ribbon. This one, again, similar to how I did the dots. And I just came back with a second dot that was smaller on top. Okay. This one, again, with the red berries, little red dots and white on that one, again with the green bow. And that one has the thermal neon green as well. This one that we did with the little swipes of plantation pine, sour apple and white with a purple bow. I'm just looking to see if there's any. This one, again, with the just a tiny little, it's like 4 clusters or 3 cluster swipes with the plantation pine, and then on the other corner, sour apple and white. And then you can come back even on that. So like this one's very white. Let me just show you that if you come back with the thermal neon green right there, what a difference that makes, right? So you can come in and just hit maybe some of these whiter, brighter areas. If they stick out to you, just hit them with that thermal neon. That one was silver, the metallic silver in the media line with Payne's Gray. I think that is it. And then don't forget, add it to a package. You know, put that ribbon right through. I love organza sheer ribbon. And look at that one. You know, it's sparkly, it's pretty, but it has a pretty solid white edge. So anyway, any kind of package, again, a bottle of wine. Oh, goodness, so many things that you could do that on, right? And then that glitter, like Judy said, you know, the glitter is actually the ornament, the light. So pretty. All right, guys. Now, let me just show you, like I mentioned, this is going out with orders. I'm not going to paint it up, but where is the one that I do have painted up? Let me find that in this mess of stuff. Oh, right there. And so I just painted that with very washy blue. And then I came back with the Posca pen and I did the snowflake and the year with that. A great little addition to add. You could even add that to your package. Like here, you could, you know, put a little ribbon and have it attached. You could put it in the middle of your wreath, right? So lots of possibilities. And you know, people love things that are personalized or have the year on them. So if you're doing a craft show or a craft fair or whatever, great little addition to add to those pieces. So I think that's it. I'm getting some feedback and echo. Oh my goodness. Did I miss the Happy Mail? I did Happy Mail in the beginning. Is the ornament about the size of a dime? I would say it is. I don't have a dime right here, but let me just grab a ruler. I think it's probably closer to a quarter. So it is about an inch. Let me just come down. It is just over, yeah, it's about an inch by, there's an inch and a quarter. So about an inch and a quarter on the dimensions of that. And again, I'm just gonna pop those into orders that go out. Again, you guys, just remember that I am going to be gone. So on my website, I think I have it listed as all orders after noon on Tuesday. Won't go out until I get back, and I don't get back from Mexico until the 8th of December. Is it the 8th of December? I think so. Anyway, I'm gone 10 full days. And then I'm back, and then I'm going to DecoArt. So, but I will fill orders in between that. So if you can get your orders in before Tuesday, that'd be great. Just remember my policy on my shipping is that I invoice for it later. That saves you money, causes more work for me, but I want to save you money, especially with the shipping costs the way they are right now. And they're going up next year. So anywho, I hope that gave you guys some ideas, different ways to paint these. Let me just kind of put some of these up again with those little comma strokes and the glitter, which, oh, is probably one of my favorites. And then just the little dots, right? And so that glitter one is the Love Color glitter. I do have that on my website. And then don't forget as well that when you're on my website, if you've not subscribed to my newsletter, I do have one going out this week. So make sure that you subscribe to that. And then don't forget as well that on my website, you can use the discount code capital ART and get an additional discount even on sale items. If you're in my membership group, don't use that code. You've got your own special code that gives you more of a discount. So, all right. And don't forget the discount code's right. Yes, awesome, awesome. Okay, guys, I will not be live next Sunday unless I do an impromptu live on Facebook from Mexico, okay? Other than that, I will be back in 2 weeks. Excuse me. 2 weeks, and we'll get orders out as quickly as I can. Happy Mail, y'all let me know your mailing addresses. I'll get those out to you before I leave. And then like, comment, and share, because while I'm in Mexico, I'm going to pick up a few things. And so when I do come back, I'm hoping to have some things from Mexico for Happy Mail. All right. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget that you cannot use up your creativity. The more you use it, the more you have it. The more you create, the more you're going to want to create. Okay? Just greatly appreciate y'all. Don't forget, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Little smile to somebody that maybe needs it and you don't know it. So greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. Again, there's some of the discount codes. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. My membership group, I will be with you guys live before I leave for Mexico. Okay? Appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget to get those little random act of kindness pins, or if you have something in that shape, paint it up, give it away, and put a smile on someone's face. Thank you guys so much for